Hey guys, it's Brie, so please excuse the full face of stage makeup and the weird hairstyle I have going on here. I've just got back from a festival which I did. I was competing in my character service section today and I won. I came first, which is so exciting and I'm over the moon and thrilled and joyed. But unfortunately I left my hairbrush at my mum's house along with all my makeup remover. So I thought I'm going to do this video before I take off my makeup because it's probably going to be really smudged. But I have got to go back there tomorrow to do another festival, so it's not the end of the world. I'll have the makeup remover there and I must remember it tomorrow. But anyway, today's video is going to be me kind of talking about my last period, so like a period update, I guess you could say. On one of my videos, I think it was my period vlog last month, I got a question from someone asking me to do this, to talk about my period from day one until the end, and things that had happened and all that kind of stuff, as a way to help those of you who maybe haven't started your periods yet and are wondering what you can expect, or those of you who have just started and aren't really sure if what you're experiencing is normal because it's doing different things or something. You can just have my period and the whole spiel, and sometimes people might enjoy hearing about what I happen to deal with this month. So who knows, hopefully you will enjoy this video. So I started my period, this cycle, really early on Saturday morning last week, which was, oh, what's today? It's the 30th today and it's Friday, so 29 Thursday, 28 Wednesday, 27, 26, so 24th I think of October. Hopefully I got that right. And it started off as a tiny little speck in my underwear, as I showed you in my period vlog. And I was really excited because it didn't hurt, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, like I usually don't start my period with no pain. It usually kicks in, and before it even starts, I get a wave of strong cramping and I know it's going to start. But I woke up and there was just a tiny speck of blood. However, unfortunately, as the day progressed, about an hour later, the pain did start to kick in, did start getting really bad, and I had to take medication. So I took my usual 2 Nurofen tablets, and I hoped that would be enough. However, I didn't have any paracetamol with me. I only had cocodamol, which is codeine and paracetamol together. I can't take that, however, because it makes me really nauseous. So I waited, and I think Saturday might actually have been okay. I think I got through it. It was a bit funny, you know, I felt a bit off back then, and I decided not to go to dance just because I was really tired. I hadn't really slept well the night before. But other than that, like, I coped pretty well with my period. It was kind of an average heaviness. It was heavy for, it's my heaviest day, the first day of my period. So it was heavy enough that I needed to use a heavy pad. And I had to take my menstrual cup out after a couple of hours because I was cramping too much and I didn't feel comfortable with it anymore. But I was perfectly able to manage it with heavy pads, changing them about every 3 or 4 hours. And then I did put a menstrual cup in before I went to bed. At that point, I took some paracetamol, I think, as well during the day. My mum got me some Panadol, which is like super fast paracetamol, which I took and actually did work. On to the second day, during the night on Saturday, was it Saturday? I kept waking up. I woke up at 1:40, I woke up at 3 a.m, no, 3, 4, I woke up at 4 a.m, I woke up at 6 a.m, and then I woke up at 8 a.m. And just the constant waking up. By 6 a.m, I felt really nauseous when I woke up then. I had to take 2 ibuprofen, and stupidly I didn't have anything to eat before I took them. I did then eat a breadstick after I'd taken them, but the nausea had kicked in by that point. Like, an empty stomach and sleep deprivation is not good for taking ibuprofen on. So then I proceeded to be nauseous for most of the day. I did fall asleep again after that when I knew I needed to go back to sleep again. Excuse my voice. But I woke up at 8, and at that point I kind of gave up. Then I came into the kitchen to have breakfast, and this day was really difficult for me because I was so nauseous. All the things I could usually eat, I wouldn't even touch. Like, I couldn't have cereal, I couldn't have toast. One thing that I can really remember is I was really nauseous for Parmesan, which is cheese, which you'd expect. Except usually I can eat Parmesan even when I'm really nauseous. But oh god, I couldn't even think about it that day. I had on Saturday night I had pasta and tomato without the Parmesan, which I would usually have with it because I was just feeling so nauseous. And I had intended to have carbonara, but I just decided, oh no, I can't really cook it. I can't remember exactly what I had for lunch that day, but I do remember it was very difficult for me to eat because I was just so freaking nauseous the whole time. And that was probably the worst thing about this period. It was not actually the pain, it was the nausea. Oh, it's horrible. But pain by the second day was really manageable. Because I felt so nauseous, I just got through the whole day mainly taking, I think I took the 2 ibuprofen, no. I did take some paracetamol again, but then I tried to leave long periods of time before I had to take any more, so I got through it with hot water bottles in my stomach. I had a castor oil pack, which is just a flannel soaked in castor oil with a hot water bottle over the top on my stomach. That can really help with cramps. Unfortunately, my homeopathic remedies weren't really working. However, I had been taking some homeopathic stuff throughout the month, and by day 3, night 2, I also slept kind of poorly, but a little bit better. I woke up at 3, and then I woke up at 6. No, I woke up at 3, and then I woke up at 7, I think. So I did still wake up a couple of times, but not nearly as much as the night before. I slept much better that night. And it was more my body getting scared that I was in pain, and I wasn't. I just had to keep getting up and sitting on my laptop for a few minutes, and then my body would realise it wasn't in pain, and I could close it and go back to sleep, and that was okay. It was better when I didn't have to stay up all the time. But day 3, my period was kind of moderate at this point, moderate to light. I'd say it goes moderate on the second day, it's moderate to light by this day, and I put a menstrual cup in the morning so I wasn't cramping badly enough, and I just left that cup in the whole day because it wasn't heavy enough for me to have to change it. I took 1 ibuprofen when I woke up because I had slight pain in my stomach. I think it was actually more like a gassy pain, it wasn't period pain, but I took it, and that was all I took for the whole of the 3rd day, which is quite impressive. I did start cramping a little bit, and I was at work at my office in my parents' house when it happened, but it really wasn't bad enough for me to warrant taking any more pain medication. And I noticed if I squeezed my hips in, kind of like you see kind of when they're in labor and people do the hip squeeze, kind of like that, and it really helped. It was enough that it stopped the pain for me. My camera is flashing at me, so hopefully it's not going to die too soon. It stopped the pain, and that's all I needed to take for the 3rd day of my period, which is quite unusual. Usually that wouldn't be that easy. I do still have to take pain medication then, but I managed to get through that. And after that, I didn't have to take any more pain medication. Day 4 was just a kind of regular to light day. It was a light day, I think, and then day 5 was spotting. Again, from day 3 onwards, I just put a cup in the morning and left it in for the whole day until it was night time and took it out and changed it. That was really easy for me to do. I kind of felt a bit bloated this period for the day 1 and 2, but after that, day 1 and 2 are my hard days. Afterwards, I'd have to think about my period. It's pretty easy. But they're quite hard, and they were this cycle as well. Obviously, I'd had the stress of moving in here and building furniture and all that sort of stuff all week, but after that I was settled in here, and it was actually my first night here I got my period. I was settled in here by then, knew how everything worked, and I think that really helped with the period pain and how the period went. And it was absolutely fine. So from then on, like I said, day 4 was just a cup in the morning, didn't need any pain meds, didn't have any symptoms by that point, although I did go and see my homeopath that day, and I told her all the things that had been going on with my cycle, and all the things that I'd had, what the pain was like, where the pain had been. It was higher in my back this time too. Usually it's right low on my front, but it went up into my back. Sorry guys, my camera died. I hope I don't leave anything out. Anyway, I went to see my homeopath, and she recommended I take a different supplement this month to the one that I was taking last month. She thinks that the pain's changed a bit, and she wants me to take a different one, and there are still several options I can try, so that's good. I didn't take them this month, the one that was for pain meds, but she's given me the highest dose of the one that I have, and she said as soon as any pain kicks on in your period, you take the highest dose one, don't even bother with the lower ones, as I was doing beforehand. So that's something I've changed. I was taking evening primrose oil and magnesium oil all of last month to try and help with the pain. It might have helped a bit, I don't know. It was definitely easier from the 2nd day onwards. Like I said, it was just nausea, and I think that was more my fault for taking the ibuprofen on an empty stomach. You should always take that. If you can't take it with any food, try and take the pills with milk. If you like milk, it just helps to put something in your stomach. And I remember the doctors at the hospital always recommended I did that. They always used to give me milk to take those tablets with. So yeah, hopefully that was okay. But I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope it was useful to those of you who wanted to see it, who maybe have, like I said before, just started their periods or haven't started them yet, so you can get an idea of what it might be like and what's normal. There's loads of different types of normal in a cycle. As long as you don't feel your period's too heavy or it's too light, it pretty much can go anyway. The nausea is unusual. For me, I don't usually get nauseous on my period anymore, but I'm going to try and avoid as much of the pain meds as I can. I think it might have been the paracetamol that actually set me off after I'd taken the ibuprofen. But who knows. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and I will talk to you later. Bye bye.